Years ago, when I was early in my career and I was helping a high-end client of mine calculate his zakat. And I was doing his calculations, and the final amount came out to be $54,000. It was a huge amount of zakat. And being a certified amil, I can collect zakat. I went to him and said, Mr. So-and-so, hey, your zakat amount is $54,000. And I was like, okay. He just writes a check, gives it to me, and I'm like, wow, that's a large amount of money. How many of you think that $54,000 is a lot of money? Yeah. And he looks at me, he gives me this look, and he says, I think you seem surprised. I'm like, oh, yeah, 54K, I don't even earn that much. And he was saying, you're missing the point. How much is that $54,000 in terms of zakat? And I told him, hey, it's 2.5%. Are you trying to test me? And he looked at me and he said, you're missing the point. Can you imagine how many people I can impact with $54,000? We know that zakat is being paid to the 8 asnafs, right? The 8 needy categories of people. And he was saying, imagine the number of people I can impact with that 54,000. That was point number 1. And then he told me this point number 2. I think you're missing the fact that that's only 2.5%. Where's the other 97.5% of my assets? And my mind went kaboom, because I was looking literally at all his investment statements, his bank account statements, everything. I was doing all the calculations, and I realized $54,000 was only 2.5%. And so can you imagine how big his wealth was? And so he then told me this: would you rather be wealthy and pay more zakat, or would you rather pay less? And so folks, when it comes to your Islamic personal finance, how many of you want to pay more zakat? After all, in Islam, it has been stated, charity will never make you poor. So if you want to pay more zakat, say with me, Alhamdulillah, I get to pay zakat.